Hello, dear students. My name is Meniska Lesmikhalovna, and we continue our lecture about society and culture. Last lecture, we talked about society. You understand what society would be, and in this lecture, we talked about culture. The concept of culture comes from Latin word culture or civilization or care processing. Word culture began on use independently from 18th century. Historical definition. In German scientist Samuel Pufendorf for first time use of word culture independent term to designate their spiritual world of persons who begin to realize in self force capable of reason nature. Ideologist German Herder, culture of process of social materials of person and his industrial of two societies through assimilation and application. Culture is specific way of organization and development human life. Represent in a product of material labor in the system of social norm and individuals in spiritual value in the totality of people relations of nature almost itself and themselves. Concept or structure. Culture is a way of organizing human activity in the product of material labor, in the system of social norm and instruction, spiritual value, attitude of people to nature in relation to people among itself. Basic principle of culture. Everything cultures by person, not nature, creating of considers a sample activity, means of socialization of person, border of humanism. Civilization comes from a Latin word civil. Civils is civil, synonyms of culture in narrow sentence and material culture. Level stage of development of material and spiritual culture, essence civilizations post-industrial. In the stage of human development following strategy and barbarism, Morgan Engels. The difference between civilization and culture. Civilization, individuals, materiality, manufacture practically. Culture, individuals value and then functionally in manufacturability. Civilization is material and production slide of society, the level of material development of society, the level of spiritual development of society, strategy of scientific and technological process, historical type of society of spiritual culture. Structure of society is a value, standard, material goods, types of creative activity, lifestyle of members of given society. It's according to Giddens. Function of culture is socialization and value orientation function, regulatory or managerial function, communicative function, information function, integrative, and another. Principle of culture, pattern of development of culture. It continue unique of material and spiritual culture. Penetration of culture in the sphere of social life, ability, self-development, and self-reproduction, integration of culture, assimilation, accommodation, culture selection. That depends of type of culture, of nature, and artificial conditions of society's life and its refines influence on their chains. Universal development of culture. Culture is universal. There's most common elements of culture acting as norm, patterns, stereotypes of consequence and behavior. Tone, value, typical of connection and integration. Diversity of culture, type, by culture's level, by scale of influence, by sphere of definition of labor, classificator by crop type, by the type of social economic formation, by type civilization, by type of settlements in image, and type of religion. Elite culture, designate for narrow circle of customers, culture elite, intelligentsia, complete its form and command works, not aimed at make at profit, and main goals is straight self expression. Mass culture has appeared the 20th century. Commercial focus, orientation to tales and details, mass customers. Simple, accessible, entering and standardized, used in the images and are clear to everyone. Imperial form media, collective concept that does not have clearly defined boundaries and including cultural layers of different each other. Everyday ideas, folk traditional work of folk art. Classification of culture by skill influence, dominant culture, private culture, subculture, convent culture, young culture. Elements of culture is culture ethnocentralism, culture relativism, and culture integrity. And next, we saw a question for space control. You need to answer this question. And if you don't need, answer this question, you may source this literature because it's help for you. Thank you very much and goodbye.